Every single day begins with a choice, and that choice begins in the mind. The mind is the workshop of everything you will ever build in life. Before you go out into the world to accomplish great things, you must first decide what kind of thoughts you will allow to guide your actions. If you want to live a life of growth, abundance, and purpose, you must guard and work on your mindset daily. The truth is, most people don't realize how powerful their thoughts are. They let old patterns, negative influences, and limiting beliefs run freely in their mind, and then they wonder why their lives seem stuck in the same place. But once you understand that everything you have, everything you do, and everything you become begins as a thought, you'll start to pay attention to the way you think. Your mind is like fertile soil. Whatever seeds you plant in it will grow. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, or scarcity, don't be surprised when your harvest looks like struggle, lack, and missed opportunities. But if you deliberately plant seeds of faith, possibility, and confidence, those ideas will take root and grow into strong habits, bold decisions, and extraordinary results. Every day is a planting season for your mind. The words you speak to yourself, the ideas you entertain, the images you allow to replay in your imagination. All of these are seeds being sown into your future. So the real question is, are you sowing weeds or are you sowing flowers? Working on your mindset means making a commitment to feed your mind with what builds you instead of what breaks you. It means refusing to let gossip, news headlines, or toxic conversations become the diet of your thinking. Instead, you intentionally expose yourself to what uplifts, teaches, and strengthens you. Read something that stretches your imagination. Listen to voices that remind you of your potential. Affirm to yourself that you are capable, worthy, and created for more. The world around you might not always reinforce that belief, so you must reinforce it within yourself. Every day you need to pause and check in with your thinking. Ask yourself, what am I focusing on right now? Am I focusing on problems or am I focusing on solutions? Am I dwelling on what I lack or am I celebrating what I already have and moving toward more? Where focus goes, energy flows. If you want your energy to drive you upward, you have to put your focus upward. That's why it's not enough to let the day control your thoughts. You must control the day by setting your thoughts first. Working on your mindset daily also means disciplining your inner dialogue. The conversation you have with yourself will determine how you act and react. If you allow that voice to criticize you, to diminish your worth, or to convince you that you are not ready, you'll never take the steps that could change your life. But when you train that voice to encourage, to strengthen, and to remind you of your vision, you'll find yourself stepping into opportunities with confidence and resilience. Think of your mind like a garden. A garden must be tended to every day. You pull weeds, you water the soil, you nurture the plants. If you ignore it, weeds will take over without permission. The same is true of your thinking. Negativity will creep in automatically if you're not guarding it. That's why working on your mindset is not a one-time decision, it's a daily discipline. Each morning, ask yourself, what seeds will I plant today? What thoughts will I allow to grow? What beliefs am I reinforcing? Because your future is being written by those answers. The most successful people in life are not the ones who had everything handed to them. They are the ones who chose to think differently. They refused to let circumstances dictate their vision. They trained their mind to see opportunity where others only saw obstacles. They decided every single day to maintain a mindset of growth and abundance. And because of that, their life unfolded in ways most people only dream about. When you start working on your mindset daily, you will notice subtle but powerful shifts. Problems will still come, but you won't be paralyzed by them. You'll start to see options where others only see dead ends. You'll carry yourself with a quiet confidence because you know your thinking is aligned with where you want to go. You'll also attract people who think the same way because energy always finds energy. The result is that your life begins to elevate, step by step, thought by thought. So commit today that you will never leave your mind unattended. Just as you wouldn't leave your body unwashed or your home uncleaned, do not leave your thoughts unmanaged. Each day, invest time to strengthen your mindset. Guard it, feed it, train it, and discipline it. Because once your mind is right, your world will follow. Every day you wake up, life is asking you a simple but profound question: where are you going? Without a clear answer, you drift. Without a target, your energy scatters into 100 directions, and at the end of the day you feel exhausted but not accomplished. That is why working on your goals daily is not optional. It is essential. Goals are the compass that directs your actions, the vision that keeps you on track, and the promise of a future that pulls you forward. When you set a goal and review it every day, You are reminding yourself of what matters most and refusing to let distractions decide your destiny. Most people underestimate the power of daily goal work. They think setting a goal once a year, maybe on New Year's Day, is enough. They write it down, get excited for a week, and then put it in a drawer never to be looked at again. And then they wonder why their lives look the same year after year. The truth is, goals don't work unless you do, and part of that work is keeping them alive in your mind every single day. A goal is like a flame. Left unattended, it flickers out. Fed with attention, focus, and belief, it burns bright and lights your way. Every morning, before the demands of the world come rushing in, you need to bring your goals to the forefront of your mind. Read them, write them, visualize them. Don't just see them as words on paper. See them as a reality that is already unfolding. Feel what it would be like to achieve them. Hear the sounds of success in your imagination, and let that energy carry into your actions for the day. This isn't wishful thinking. It's programming your mind to move in alignment with your vision. The clearer your goal becomes in your inner world, the faster it will shape your outer world. It's also important to keep your goals measurable and specific. A vague goal has no power. Saying, "I want to be successful," doesn't give your mind anything to work with. But saying, "I will earn this amount by this date," or "I will finish this project within 90 days, gives you a clear target to aim for. And when you review that goal daily, your subconscious mind begins to search for ways to make it happen. Opportunities you would have ignored before suddenly stand out. Ideas start to come to you, conversations begin to align, and you find yourself taking steps that once felt difficult. Working on your goals daily also requires accountability. Ask yourself each night, what did I do today that brought me closer to my goal? Did my actions reflect my vision? Or did I allow distractions to consume my time? Success is not about giant leaps but small steps repeated consistently. When you review your goals daily, you close the gap between intention and action. You become conscious of whether you're on track or drifting, and that awareness gives you power to adjust. Remember that your goals should excite you. They should stretch you beyond where you are today, but not so far that they feel impossible. A goal should wake you up in the morning with a sense of purpose. It should keep your mind engaged throughout the day. And when you work on them daily, even the setbacks feel smaller, because you're locked onto a vision that is bigger than the obstacle. Some people fear setting big goals because they don't want to face disappointment. But the real disappointment is living a life without direction. Even if you fall short of a goal, the growth you experience in pursuing it will make you stronger, wiser, and more capable. That's why it's vital to bring your goals into focus every single day. Because they are not just about what you achieve, but about who you become in the process. So, decide today that your goals will not be words forgotten in a notebook. They will be living, breathing forces that guide your decisions. Each morning, review them. Each night, measure against them. Keep them alive in your thoughts, in your imagination, and in your daily actions. Because when your goals are alive, your life is alive. And when your goals are clear, your future is certain. Every single life is the sum total of its habits. What you do occasionally might give you a moment of satisfaction, but what you do consistently will shape your character, your results, and your destiny. Working on your habits every day is one of the most important disciplines you can ever adopt. People often underestimate the quiet power of habits. They look for a breakthrough, a single big decision, or a dramatic turning point that will transform their lives. But in reality, the transformation is hidden in the small routines you repeat day after day. What you choose to do with the little moments compounds into the life you end up living. Think about this: a single choice to exercise or not exercise seems insignificant. Eating one healthy meal or one unhealthy meal feels like it won't make much difference. Spending 10 minutes reading a book versus scrolling on your phone looks like a small decision. But repeated daily, those choices become habits, and habits build the framework of your future. One day you look back and realize your health, your wealth, your relationships, and even your mindset are the direct reflection of the habits you built or failed to build. That is why you must work on them deliberately, consciously, every single day. Ask yourself, are my habits serving me, or are they sabotaging me? If your habits are aligned with your vision, they will carry you to success almost effortlessly. If they are misaligned, they will hold you back no matter how big your dreams are. The person who wants financial freedom, but has a daily habit of overspending, is working against themselves. The person who dreams of writing a book, but never builds the habit of writing daily, is sabotaging their own dream. The person who wants deep relationships, but never practices listening, gratitude, or patience is planting weeds instead of flowers. The good news is that habits are built by repetition, and repetition is a choice. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start with one small discipline. Decide on a habit that matches the life you want, and commit to it daily until it becomes automatic. At first it feels like work, but soon it becomes who you are. Just as brushing your teeth doesn't feel like a chore, the right habits will eventually become natural. That's the beauty of habits. They remove the struggle by putting success on autopilot. There is a principle called the compound effect. It says that little things, done consistently over time, create massive results. You don't notice the growth day by day, but give it weeks, months, and years, and the difference becomes staggering. A person who reads 10 pages a day might not seem impressive, but in a year, they've consumed several books, and over time, that knowledge reshapes their perspective and their opportunities. A person who saves a small amount of money daily might not look wealthy, but over years, that discipline creates financial freedom. Habits work silently, but their results shout loudly. Working on your habits every day also means breaking the ones that no longer serve you. This requires honesty. You must be willing to admit when a routine is keeping you small, unhealthy, or unproductive. Replacing a destructive habit with a constructive one is one of the most liberating decisions you can ever make. And remember, you don't eliminate a bad habit by willpower alone. You replace it with a better one. The energy has to go somewhere, so give it a new direction. As you shape your habits, you are shaping yourself. Each day you repeat a positive discipline, you reinforce an identity of growth, discipline, and excellence. Each day you allow a negative habit, you reinforce an identity of excuses and limitation. That's why it's critical to wake up each morning, determined to work on your habits. The small things matter more than you think. So commit to building the daily rituals that reflect the future you desire. Whether it's waking up early to plan your day, journaling to sharpen your clarity, exercising to strengthen your body, or practicing gratitude to expand your heart, these habits are laying bricks for the life you're constructing. Don't wait for a breakthrough. Create one with your daily disciplines. Because success is not something you chase, it's something you attract by the person you become. And the person you become is simply the product of your habits. Energy is the fuel of life. Without it, even the greatest dreams remain idle, because you don't have the strength to pursue them. That's why working on your energy every day is essential. You can have the most beautiful goals written down, the most powerful habits designed, and the sharpest mindset, but if your body and spirit are drained, none of it will come to life. Energy is what allows you to execute, to persist, and to show up fully in everything you do. The truth is, energy doesn't just happen by chance. It is something you cultivate, protect, and renew daily. Your physical energy is the foundation. When you neglect your body, you pay the price with fatigue, sluggishness, and poor performance. But when you treat it with respect, it rewards you with vitality, focus, and endurance. What you eat, how much you move, and how well you rest all matter more than you think. Food is not just calories, it is fuel. Exercise is not just about appearance, it is about generating power. Rest is not laziness, it is the recharge that keeps you effective. Each day, the choices you make with your body either add to your energy bank or drain it. Work on it deliberately. Drink water, stretch, walk, breathe deeply, and give your body what it needs to operate at its best. But energy is not only physical. There is emotional energy too, and this is often overlooked. Think about how much power is lost by holding on to anger, bitterness, or resentment. Negative emotions drain energy faster than anything else. If you want to have strength to build your dreams, you must learn to let go of toxic emotions and cultivate gratitude, joy, and peace. Gratitude especially is a powerful energy generator. When you focus on what is good, your spirit lifts, and suddenly you have more energy to face challenges. Every day, take time to acknowledge what you're thankful for. It shifts your state and gives you new strength. Protecting your energy also means being mindful of the people and environments you allow around you. Some people are energy givers. They inspire you, uplift you, and make you feel capable. Others are energy drainers. They criticize, complain, and pull you down. Every day, you must decide which voices you will allow to influence you. If you surround yourself with negativity, don't be surprised when your energy feels low. But if you align with people who build you up, your energy multiplies. Make it a daily habit to invest in uplifting connections and protect yourself from those that drain you. There is also mental energy. Your mind can only focus on so much before it becomes tired. That's why clarity is so important. When you're overwhelmed with too many decisions, your energy leaks out in 1,000 directions. But when you prioritize, when you simplify, and when you focus on what matters most, your mental energy stays sharp. Begin each day by deciding on your most important tasks, and direct your energy there first. Don't scatter your focus on the trivial. Energy flows where attention goes, so protect your attention. Finally, there is spiritual energy. This is the deepest source of strength, the kind that goes beyond just feeling good physically or mentally. It's the sense of connection to something bigger than yourself, the sense of purpose that fuels perseverance. When you feel aligned with a higher calling, you tap into a well of energy that doesn't run dry. Take time each day to nourish this side of yourself through prayer, meditation, reflection, or stillness. It keeps you centered and allows you to rise above temporary struggles. Working on your energy daily is about being intentional. It is not about perfection, it is about awareness and practice. Ask yourself each day, what am I doing that energizes me, and what am I doing that drains me? Adjust accordingly. Little by little, you create an environment inside and outside yourself that supports high energy. And when you live with high energy, you don't just survive the day, you thrive in it. You show up fully in your work, in your relationships, and in your mission. Energy is life, and the better you manage it, the better life becomes. Every day, life gives you the opportunity to either build relationships or neglect them. The choice you make will determine not only the quality of your connections, but also the quality of your life. Human beings are wired for connection. We rise higher, heal faster, and accomplish more when we are surrounded by strong, healthy relationships. That is why working on your relationships daily is not something you leave for special occasions or when you have time. It is a discipline, a habit, a conscious decision to add value, to nurture trust, and to strengthen the bonds with the people who matter most. Too many people assume that relationships, once formed, will take care of themselves. They believe that because someone loves them today, that love will remain without attention tomorrow. But relationships, like a garden, require consistent care. Neglect them, and weeds of resentment, misunderstanding, and distance begin to grow. Invest in them, and you will reap the rewards of loyalty, joy, and support. Every single day, you must plant seeds of kindness, appreciation, and encouragement into the lives of those around you. Start with the simplest yet most powerful act: appreciation. Never assume that people know how much you value them. Speak it, express it. A kind word of gratitude, a compliment, or a simple acknowledgement can light up someone's entire day. And the beauty is, when you give appreciation freely, it multiplies. People feel seen, respected, and loved, and that energy comes back to you in ways you can't always predict. Another daily discipline is listening. Most people don't truly listen, they simply wait for their turn to speak. But when you stop, give someone your full attention, and genuinely hear their heart, you create a connection that words alone can't build. Listening says, you matter. And when people feel they matter, they will trust you, open up to you, and stand by you. Work on becoming a better listener every day. Even if it's just a few minutes, give your undivided attention to someone and watch how it transforms your relationship with them. Adding value is another way to strengthen relationships daily. Ask yourself, how can I make someone's day better? How can I encourage, support, or serve? It doesn't always have to be grand. A smile, a helping hand, a short note of encouragement, or a thoughtful gesture all count. Every act of kindness is a deposit into the emotional bank account of a relationship. Over time, those small deposits build trust and goodwill that can weather any storm. But working on relationships isn't just about giving, it's also about being intentional with who you spend your time with. You must surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and uplift you. If you spend your days with those who constantly drain your energy, criticize your vision, or discourage your dreams, you will struggle to rise. Every day, take inventory of your circle. Who are the ones that push you forward? Who are the ones holding you back? Choose to nurture the relationships that add value and lovingly distance yourself from those that consistently tear you down. It is also vital to practice forgiveness daily. Holding on to grudges is like carrying weights on your back. They slow you down, sap your joy, and poison your energy. Forgiveness doesn't mean you approve of what someone did. It means you are freeing yourself from the burden of carrying it. Each day, make the choice to let go of small irritations and release bigger hurts when you are ready. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself as much as it is a gift you extend to others. Remember that relationships are not about perfection. Everyone will make mistakes, including you. What matters is the commitment to keep working on them, to keep showing up, and to keep choosing connection over isolation. When you build strong relationships, you create a support system that carries you through life's challenges and celebrates with you in life's victories. So today, decide to make relationships a priority, not an afterthought. Say thank you more often. Listen more intently. Encourage more freely. Forgive more quickly. Surround yourself with those who lift you higher, and be the kind of person who lifts others as well. Because at the end of the day, no achievement, no wealth, no recognition will mean as much as the relationships you built along the way. They are the true treasures of life, and they deserve your attention every single day. Growth is not something that happens automatically with age. It happens intentionally with effort. Every day, you are either moving forward, expanding and learning, or you are slowly shrinking, stagnating, and repeating the same cycles. That is why working on your growth daily is one of the most important commitments you can ever make. The world is changing, life is moving, and opportunities are shifting. If you are not growing, you are falling behind. But if you dedicate yourself to daily growth, you not only keep up, you rise above. Growth begins with curiosity. A curious mind is never bored, never satisfied with what it already knows. It looks for more, asks better questions, and seeks deeper understanding. To work on your growth daily, you must first nurture curiosity. Read something every day that challenges your perspective. Listen to voices that expand your thinking. Write down your own insights, because reflection is also part of growth. Even a few minutes invested in learning something new each day compounds into remarkable wisdom over time. Knowledge is never wasted. But growth is not just about collecting information. True growth is about transformation. It's about applying what you learn to your life, your work, your relationships, and your mindset. Many people know a lot but change very little. The difference between those who grow and those who stay the same is not what they know, but what they practice. That's why every day you should ask yourself, how can I apply what I learned today? Even the smallest lesson, when acted upon, becomes part of your character and pushes you forward. Another aspect of daily growth is stretching yourself beyond your comfort zone. Growth never happens in the safe zone. It happens when you do something unfamiliar, when you face a fear, when you attempt something you're not sure you can do. That discomfort is the signal that you're expanding. If you want to grow, you must become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Each day, look for small opportunities to stretch yourself. Maybe it's speaking up when you would normally stay quiet, taking on a task that intimidates you, or learning a skill you've avoided. These small acts of courage accumulate into a larger transformation. Working on your growth daily also means surrounding yourself with people who push you higher. You cannot grow in an environment that keeps you small. When you spend time with those who have greater vision, stronger discipline, and bigger dreams, their energy will challenge you to rise. Seek out mentors, teachers, or peers who inspire you. Every conversation, every connection can be a chance to learn. If you approach it with humility and openness, growth happens faster in the right company. It's also important to measure your growth, not by comparison to others, but by comparison to yourself. Too many people stunt their growth because they spend energy looking at someone else's progress. Growth is personal. It's about being better today than you were yesterday. That requires honest reflection. At the end of each day, ask, what did I learn today? Where did I improve? Where can I do better tomorrow? That daily check-in keeps you accountable and ensures that you are not simply coasting through life, but actively evolving. One of the most overlooked elements of growth is resilience. Life will test you. Challenges, failures, and setbacks are inevitable, but each of those experiences holds a lesson if you are willing to look for it. Growth means refusing to waste pain. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? That shift in perspective turns every obstacle into an opportunity, and every failure into fuel for future success. Working on your growth daily requires humility. It requires the recognition that no matter how much you know, there is always more to learn. No matter how much you've achieved, there is always another level of excellence. Growth is endless. The moment you think you've arrived, you stop moving forward. The ones who achieve greatness are those who stay students of life, always hungry to expand. So commit to growth as a daily discipline. Read, reflect, stretch, and apply. Surround yourself with people who inspire, and learn from every situation. Don't wait for growth to happen by accident. Make it happen by choice. Because the more you grow, the more capacity you have to live fully, to love deeply, and to give generously. Growth enlarges you, and when you enlarge yourself, you enlarge your impact on the world.